Well, this is a big win for Mack Brown in North Carolina. It should move them into the top 10 in the country.
In 1997, there were many reasons to believe in Mack Brown, the coach, but not for Texas, the program. While Brown led North Carolina to a 6th-ranked finish, Texas won 4 games. But when Brown was named the 28th head coach in Texas history, college football's sleeping giant got its wake-up call.
I think one of the toughest things, as I said earlier, when you leave a program is leaving the kids. So it'll be important that I go to Texas and start building as soon as I can to start building a new group of kids out there.
Mack Brown quickly put his stamp on Texas football by embracing the past. He brought Darrell Royal back into the burnt orange spotlight, then started to win like Royal. In his 8th game at Texas, Mack Brown got his first signature win, snapping Nebraska's 47-game home winning streak. His signature player left Lincoln to chance of Heisman. In one season with Brown, Ricky Williams became the face of college football. When Ricky broke the all-time rushing record, Mack beat A&M for the first time. When Ricky won the Heisman, Mack delivered on the promise of national prominence. The pursuit of a national title was next. In 2001, Texas entered the Big 12 championship against Colorado as heavy favorites, needing a win to play for the national title. But Texas trailed 29-10 before a major Applewhite-led comeback fell 2 points short. Disappointment, but Texas had its first 10-win season since 1995. The Horns followed with 8 more, giving them at least 10 wins in 9 straight seasons, the second longest streak in college football history. But the promise of greatness was not fulfilled until a historic run that started in 2004. That promise got its swagger from a skinny kid from Houston. Vince Young arrived in Austin as Mack Brown's most prominent recruit to date. But halfway through a redshirt freshman season, many people called Young a bust and lobbied for Brown to move him to receiver. It was the best move that Brown never made. In 2004, Texas lost its 5th straight game to Oklahoma, but it was the Horns' final loss in a span of 21 games. They found a way to come back, which became a hallmark of Mack Brown. Texas finished the 04 regular season with 6 straight wins, including a 28-point come-from-behind victory against Oklahoma State, the biggest in school history, and an unlikely comeback at Kansas, sparked by a 4th and 18 scramble by Vince Young.
Young needs 18. He's going to try to run for it. He's going to have the first down.
How about this guy?
Vince Young on his own picks up a 4th and 18.
Unbelievable.
At the end of the season, Brown lobbied for Texas to earn a spot in the BCS. It worked. In a rare move, the Rose Bowl broke up its traditional Pac-10 Big Ten matchup. Then for 60 minutes, Vince Young broke down the Michigan defense.
Michigan in a blitz, quarterback draw, Young, touchdown! She steps up, he's going to try to run, he's going to go all the way! Play clock at 1, he's hit, runs inside the 5, outside, unbelievable!
But 372 yards and 5 touchdowns later, the game was handed to Dusty Mangum to win.
Snap down, kick up, it is good! Good! Texas wins an amazing Rose Bowl!
1 year and 3 days later, Texas made its return to Pasadena. But despite a perfect 12-0 record, including a dramatic win at Ohio State, believers were few and far between. Texas was back in the national championship spotlight, but facing top-ranked USC, a team trying for a 3rd consecutive national title that was called one of the greatest teams of all time in the weeks leading up to the game. But on that night, Texas put together one of the greatest performances in team history.
He's going for the corner. He's got it. Vince Young scores.
The title was the 4th in school history, ending a 36-year drought and forever cementing Mack Brown's spot in Texas history. And Texas kept winning, making a seamless transition from Vince Young to Colt McCoy. Under Brown, McCoy became the winningest quarterback in college football history. But the McCoy era will also be remembered for painful losses. In 2008, Texas lost in the final moments at Texas Tech.
Second down now. Deep strike. Got the big man. Crabtree pulls free. And touchdown. Red Raiders with a second to go.
Then lost the controversial three-way tiebreaker that kept Texas from playing for another title. But Texas regrouped, won the Fiesta Bowl, and behind McCoy ran the table in 2009. But at the same side of his greatest win, Brown suffered his most painful loss in another BCS title game.
Now the option look, and Colt McCoy bangs into an offensive lineman. Colt is hurt.
Texas followed with a disastrous 5-7 season, but Brown returned in 2011 with renewed energy and a new staff. With a commitment to rebuild brick by brick, Texas made major strides, finishing 8-5 with a Holiday Bowl win. Perhaps most importantly, Mack Brown led Texas into College Station for the last scheduled meeting with the Aggies. His team ended the series with one of the most memorable moments in Texas history.
Justin Tucker, the senior, on to try a 40-yard field goal. The final play of the rivalry. Tucker's kick is up. Justin's kick is good! It's good! And one last time, the Texas Longhorns break the hearts of the Aggies of Texas A&M.
The 2012 season started with talk of a return to the BCS, but a lopsided loss to Oklahoma ended that conversation. But Texas was not done, and again finished the season on a high note with a fourth quarter comeback in the Alamo Bowl. It gave Mack Brown his 10th bowl win in 14 appearances at Texas and momentum. Texas entered 2013 with one of the most experienced teams in all of college football, with some calling them a dark horse title contender. But that opinion changed in week 2 when BYU rushed for a school record 550 yards and upset Texas in Provo. The loss took its toll. Brown fired defensive coordinator Manny Diaz one day later, and David Ash suffered a head injury that would cause him to miss extended time. With that as the backdrop, the outlook was bleak heading to the Red River rivalry against Oklahoma. But Texas responded with one of the most memorable wins under Mack Brown.
Touchdown, Texas! Big Chris Whaley rumbles in. Gonna go deep far side. Caught, Davis, touchdown, Texas!
From there, Texas went on a surprising run that culminated in a chance to play for a Big 12 title and a BCS berth on the final day of the season. But a poor showing at Baylor cemented a fourth consecutive season of at least 4 losses and the end of the Brown era. To put 16 years in perspective, Mack Brown's final freshman class wasn't in grade school when Brown became head coach. To put his success into perspective, only Darrell Royal won more games at Texas, while only 9 coaches in the history of major college football won more in a career than Brown. The end doesn't do justice to his body of work. Mack Brown met the challenge of returning Texas to the glory days of Royal. Whoever follows will face the challenge of returning Texas to the glory days of Mack.